Hi and welcome to Active Bryant Fitness Systems. I'm Scott Bryant, your host, and this video is all about how to never give up, and this is my personal story. Okay, so I was born with the umbilical cord wrapped around my neck about 3 or 4 times, and I was about 3 months premature, I was told. So because of this, I already had a disability of dyslexia that's all through my family with my mum, my dad, my grandma and my granddads. We've all got dyslexia of one form or another. So it means that things can be highly challenging when it comes to writing stuff down, where I use my iPhone all the time. It's a brilliant tool which has enabled me to write a book as well as write 180 blogs on my website and lots of other things that it's helped me with. So Steve Jobs, God rest his soul, who was dyslexic as well, brought out a brilliant tool that is great for dyslexics if you're determined not to let life drag you down. And the other thing I learned very early is that I started working out, not knowing what I was doing, when I was about 14, but then got into weightlifting when I was 19 properly. And in that time, it taught me resilience. It taught me that if I wanted to be stronger and bigger than everybody else without taking drugs, I had to be in the gym 4 days a week, 1 hour a week, 4 times a week, not 5 hours a day like Arnold would say, but he was on tons of drugs, as we know. So I learned through, going from 20 press-ups to 40 press-ups to 50 press-ups to 80 press-ups, that you've got to push yourself, you've got to be determined. And then when I was left school with no qualifications whatsoever. Because I was dyslexic, I was a bit of a joker and a bit of a pain in the arse at school. I used to get in trouble all the time. Because people don't understand dyslexics, we think in a different way. And that's why you've got Einstein was dyslexic, Tom Cruise was dyslexic, Winston Churchill was dyslexic, Steve Jobs was dyslexic, Richard Branson was dyslexic. So we don't let it stop us, even though we can't do some of the things that normal people can do. Does that make sense? But one thing that all dyslexics have, the ones that I've met anyway, we're all very determined. And if we see a hurdle, we want to knock it down and get it out the way. Does that make sense? So I've had some down periods in my life and I've had some great up periods in my life. So what keeps me determined at age 53 with 18-inch arms is the zest for life and to want to keep pushing myself. And I know that there's going to be tough times and I just need to push through it, or go with a tough time and then a great time will come after the tough time. Does that make sense? So I wanted to write a book. That took me 2 years. I had a dodgy publisher, then I had a dodgy ghostwriter, but in the end I got it done. And then I decided to do a 6-year master's degree type thing with the C.H.E.K Institute in San Diego, California. And that took me another 6 years and lots of manuals. I've read over 1,000 books, and all that's taken time and determination. And when I'm reading a book, I'll be slower than the normal person, but I will speed read as I'll go to the chapters which are important that I want to learn from. Does that make sense? And the C.H.E.K Institute learned me how to speed read, which was brilliant and has really helped me to get more and more knowledge into my head so I can help more and more clients. And then with YouTube, I've done over 2,000 videos, just doing a couple every week. A couple of them have nearly got 1 million hits or views, but I've had over 4 million views to my YouTube channel. Even though it's not gone viral or anything, it doesn't bother me because it's about determination. It's playing the game and keeping pushing myself. The same as lifting weights at the age of 53, some people have said to me, what are you still training for? Well, I still want to look good. I still want to be in shape. I still want to be strong. And I've got clients that I work with that look up to me because I'm in better shape than them. And one of my clients that was 83 said to me, Scott, I want to look like you from the head down. I didn't take that as an insult. I took that as a joke, and I found it really, really funny. And I believe it's really important that if you never want to give up, you've got to keep pushing through. And I've listened to pop stars, movie stars, and people that make it really big in today's world never give up on their dream. And if you have a dream, you don't have a crisis. And the more that you stay within your dream, the more that you can achieve your dream, if that makes sense. But you have to push yourself. And I don't rely on other people to go, have you done your workout today, Scott? Have you done the next chapter in your new book? Have you been shopping today? I push myself because I know it's only me that can make the change and make things better for myself, if that makes any sense. So doing my 6 years masters, a lot of other people go, what are you doing that for? Spending £60,000 extra on your education, studying something that not many people know about. But today in 2024, it's getting more and more known, which is absolutely fantastic, because I qualified in 2013 and it took me 6 years to get that qualification, and I worked my arse off to get it. So I know how to push people and to get the max out of them if you don't want to give up on your dream. And everybody needs a dream. Everybody needs a dream in which to achieve something. Does that make sense? And if you have a dream to achieve something and you have somebody like me to coach you, you will definitely achieve it. So I've probably helped about 50 businesses, like trainers, become more successful online and to make money online, because I know it inside out. I know it backwards because I've been doing it for over 26 years. But I'm a bit like a dog with a bone. I never give up. I keep going. I may have some lulls where I'll have a couple of days where I'll think, oh, what's the fucking point? What am I doing all this stuff for? And then I give myself a kick up the arse and go, Scott, you did a master's. You become a book author, which nobody said you would do. You become a TikToker, a YouTuber, an Instagrammer, and putting all this content out there to help other people achieve health, wellness, and never give up on themselves. I think when you give up, that's when you've reached failure. Does that make sense? But if you give up for a couple of weeks and you jump back on the horse, then you haven't given up. And you've worked how to get around your blockages. And we all get blockages in our lives. We all get knockbacks. We all get kick up the bum. We all get, we want this big job to happen and it falls through. We all get disappointments. But it's what you do with that disappointment that's really important. And I've worked with some high-profile celebrities that have done absolutely phenomenal things in their life. And I've always said to all of them, what makes you different from everybody else? What's making you determined to do these things? Well, Scott, it's my dream. I want to be a pop star. I want to be an author. I want to be known as a super photographer. And two photographers I know are very, very famous and who I've worked with, have done amazing things. And it's all about, again, believing in yourself, pushing yourself, and never quitting. But I've got to say thank you to the people who have helped me over the years. And it's your friends your very good friends that push you and motivate you, piss you off, wind you up, that you go, I'm going to show you that I can do it, and carry on. Like one of my good friends, Robin, oh, you won't write a book. So I done it and proved him wrong. Other people said, you're not going to achieve the Masters, you're too stupid. I achieved it. So it's all about your own personalness. And when I grew up in on a council estate with a single mother, with a stepdad, with 2 sisters, and I was the only boy. And I was the youngest. And I had no real input from my family about what to do with my life. So it wasn't until I hit 30 that I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I worked in loads of factories. Then I worked for Ford in catering, and this is high level Fords. And I ended up washing pots and pans for 2 years. And then my head chef, God bless him, said to me, I'm going to send you to college. You can become a chef. You've got the skill there. And I'm like, really? And I still use the techniques of cooking and stuff now. But I become a qualified chef, so that got me a little bit of belief in myself. Then I went from job to job, and then I worked at Argos, which I absolutely hated and couldn't wait to get out of, and I was there for 2 years. And then I become a nightclub bouncer, which I'd done off and on for 16 years. And then I become a personal fitness trainer and a master Paul C.H.E.K practitioner. That obviously took me 6 years. But all them increments and different parts of my life, I learnt so much from. So doing the college chefing 706 1 and 2 and passing taught me how to be consistent. I had to go to college, I think it's nearly 2 years, and I was going after work and then going home absolutely fucked and then going to work in the morning. But I was committed to doing that. Does that make sense? And then when I did that, and I tried to get into catering, like restaurants and that, but it just wasn't me. I didn't like it. The money was shit. The hours were too long. You're treated like crap. Didn't like that at all. And then I went and worked at Argos, a big warehouse, unloading and loading up lorries. And that was horrible as well. But then I was trying to get my own flat, which I managed to get in the end. And then a friend of mine said, Scott, you're a big guy. You know, you can handle yourself. I know you like a fight. Why don't you go on the doors? And I went, how good is that going to be? And this is in the early 90s. So I started the door work. I never forget it. I was walking around Leicester Square and I went to this nightclub that's not there anymore. Well, it's still there. The building is still there. It's under another. It's a strip club now, but before that it was called the Capital Club. And I went up to the head doorman there, and he was a lovely guy. I said, have you got any work? He went, yeah, you can do 3 nights a week if you want. So I started there 3 nights a week. Then I started to get to know other doormen and got other job offers. And I done bodyguarding for Mick Jagger, which was a big insight, but I hated it. It was boring. And then after that, I decided that I had enough of door work after 16 years. I needed to do something different, and somebody just said to me, become a trainer. And an old friend of mine, a Burmese friend of mine, said to me, Scott, I think you'll be good as a trainer. And I went, well, what do you mean? And he went, well, the personal training is getting really, really big. And I went, what's that then? He went, well, you're always in the gym, for fuck's sake. Why don't you start working people out and getting paid for it? So then I looked online and looked at the YMCA and then realised that was just under a year to get the diploma of all the different modules you had to do. And it was a lot of money. And I didn't have a lot of money, so I phoned my dad, and God bless him. He said, look, I'll give you the money so you can do it, so you can live your dream. But just go to the highest level in it and really achieve something. So that's what I did. I achieved that. Then I heard about the C.H.E.K Institute through a taxi driver. And he said to me, look at the C.H.E.K Institute. So I had a look. And it dazzled me, all these assessments. And I'm thinking, this is going to be amazing. So I bought all the prerequisites, which were all in the cupboard there, which was about 6 of them. And I was like, this is really complex, deep stuff. How the fuck am I going to learn this? But I pushed myself, watching the videos time and time again, reading the manuals time and time again. Then it started to sink in and I started to learn it. And then slowly but surely over the years, in 2013, I passed. So that's me showing that if I don't give up on myself, you should never give up on yourself. But I've had kicks in the bollocks many times. The money wasn't there for the course, or I failed an exam, so I had to do it again, and I failed it again, and I had to do it again. But like I said, I'm like a dog with a bone. You can't get that bone off of me. I've got to keep fighting, and I think this is hugely, hugely important if you want to be successful in your life. But you can't do it on your own. You need good people around you. This is really important. So I met up with my mate Dave today. He's a trainer. He's been training people as long as me. And we've gone different routes of education. But he's an absolute brilliant guy. And we motivate each other. We have a lot of banter. Have a right laugh with each other. And put the world to rights after today. And then we get back on with our jobs. The things that we really love to do. Age 53, I'm very, very blessed to have a job that I really, really love. I'm not getting up in the morning hating what I do, whereas I'd say 85% of people do wake up in the morning hating what they do. I'm a pop star, I'm a movie star myself, if that makes any sense. That's the way I look at life. So don't ever give up, and if you're thinking of giving up, comment down below and let's give you a motivational talk to give you a kick up the arse. And remember, I have my low days, but I've got to remember, I've got to get up. I've got to keep going. Never give up. Always keep going until the day you die. Okay, thanks very much. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you want to look at my website, Active Bryant Fitness Systems, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Scott Bryant, and that'll be fantastic. And if you've got any comments or any hints or tips you might need, please comment in this video and I will reply to it. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful weekend nearly. Bye bye.